Alright guys, hello, welcome back to Skylines, and we are continuing on with Whitford Peak. So we have been doing very little actually for the last couple of episodes, because one whole episode we spent like a long time kind of doing this and then fiddling around with some other things. The last episode we kind of wasted just splitting our time. In fact, I almost need to go back and almost cut and combine those two episodes together because I think it's just too much wasted time. But never mind. Anyway, so we're cracking on and we're going to start a new town up here. We'll have our railway, which is going to link through. We've been paused for a long time, by the way, because we were doing so much. So I'm actually going to allow the game to run whilst I build this new stuff up here. So up here, we're just going to have, I think, very sort of, again, we want to have some simple sort of towns and communities. That's, you know, although I think the title that I'd been running the stream on for the last few episodes of Let's Make It Complicated is, you know, completely deserved, right? So I wanted a town which was kind of out of the way. Now, it could spread up this way, obviously, but I don't want it to be too close to the city. So I think we're going to start it round about here. Now, the other thing I should look at is what have we got up here? We've got like a little bit of... So there's a bit of arable. There's also some minerals, guys. So there's a bit of mining. So we could actually start mining. Okay, so we've actually got some minerals for the first time. So this could actually be like a working town. Not like a nice little community, more like an actual sort of working town. So I think what we'll do is we'll just start off. We don't want this to be... This can be kind of like, sort of like Boomtown, I guess, you know, where it's sort of... We just have this kind of main street, yeah, and then we just have your sort of suburby bits. But we can try and bring in some different industry, agriculture bits around the city, I think. Right, anyway. So, let's get down on this. Let's start off just having... I don't think we want to have like a pretty little town. So let's start off with just keeping it concrete, no verges and all this sort of stuff. And how do we want to do this? I think probably going to be almost... actually, I'm gonna do this in a kind of weird fashion. So I'm going to start off with the main street of the town, kind of coming... I think I'm actually... Okay, I'm going to be a bit sort of controversial with this. So let's have the main sort of street coming up like this, like that, and then we'll get some two-lane roads just coming off of it. Again, I'm trying to do this with a bit of with not too much thought. Because if you know the way that I usually do this stuff, it's that's the way we go with it. So the idea with this is not to overthink it. I need to turn snapping back on there. Not to overthink it, because I just want this to kind of... I want this to kind of look a bit crappy, to be honest with you. Probably get some dirt roads going up and around this as well. Well, it would just be like the kind of main area here, so that's fine. But again, sort of... There's obviously sort of arable areas here, so I don't want to be kind of like too... I'm going to have a road that goes out like this. And then I'm going to have some more little roads which just kind of come down the back here like that. And then, let's have a think. I'm going to have a dirt road. Or even a lane. Let's just have like a little lane. So I really want this to be quite sort of... like non-specific in kind of how it works. We'll just have like, actually we'll have from, let's get rid of that. This is quite fun actually, this is fun after the nightmare of the last episode, where I knew it was going insane. Right, so we'll start off with just like a normal little road, and then we'll go to a lane, and we'll start off sort of running up the hill like this. So we're climbing. Then we're going to come back on ourselves with a little turnaround. And we'll come back up here. So we're going to actually have some more kind of housing and other bits and pieces up here as well. But it's all going to be little lanes basically, because it's kind of out in the way. And then I think about halfway as well, we'll turn that into like a dirt track. So we'll just have like some dirt track coming up here like this. And then yeah, we'll get some housing and stuff. I'll add in some other little lanes and bits and pieces like this. Right, and then also I think we do need like a secondary road which runs... Oh, actually, do we? Probably do. It's getting to night time, unfortunately, very quickly, which is never great fun. We do need to plan the railway, how that's going to come out here as well, and where the railway is going to be, so we need to think about that. Need to get water out there. I'll try and do some other bits and pieces here that we can do without worrying about stuff. So let's get water up here. Okay, that's that. Golden orange. Yep. It is used a yell out in the chat, and seeing as you kind of preempted it, and I've just about to put it down, yeah, I can get you in on that. Right, so we will have up here, I'll just put this down temporarily, look. So we'll have, I actually kind of like, it's a good name, isn't it? Golden orange, let's get that in there, golden orange. What should it be, though? If it's like a kind of mining town. Golden orange what? Hills? Hills, gorge, valley. It's valley, isn't it, really? Because it's in a valley, so let's go for that. Golden orange valley. Actually, we should make this separate, I think. There you go. Golden orange valley. And then we'll have a variety of... So we've done this in previous streams as well. I'm just saying this now. Sometimes when we do districts and areas, we'll do it so that the districts and areas are like individual for different things, and other times we'll do it so that those county, yeah. Other times we'll do it so that in an area, the things around that area are associated with that name. So because this town is going to service like the agriculture, the mining, and what have you, all of those things will subsidiary names off of this. So it'll be like, you know, golden orange farm, you know, golden orange agriculture, golden orange mining, you know, so it's kind of associated because it's all kind of like one thing really, but they're just going to be separated out. That's basically how we'll do it. So right, we're starting to get towards daytime. I can see my railway is still running, which is really good. I like how it goes like into that little tunnel there, like, and then you can see it sort of come out the other side. Looks really cool. We need to get the other railway running so we can actually get some transport happening. And like I say, other people will use that as well, but we also need to get it running up here. So we will need a road going up here as well, obviously, and we do already have that. But again, it's just going to be like a little national road or something, I think. Yep. So let's get a national road. I'm just thinking how I want to do it. So I think. Yeah, I want the national road to start from like here. And we'll just run it up basically on the inside. I can't quite see what I'm doing, so I'll sort this in the day. And let's just speed up. I hate the night, it's so irritating. I hate the night, but I can't deal with having it completely off. I just wish it was shorter. I wish we'd just go into night, but I have it kind of as short as it can be in terms of timing. Maybe I could try and speed it up. What have I got it set at? It's under... What is it under? I haven't looked at it for a while, so I can't even remember now. Yep, night progression speed is at 2 times. So maybe we should put it to 4 or even 8. I'm going to put night progression speed to like... No, let's put it 4. See how that goes. Still not that fast. Then why don't you just turn nights off when you're major building and then switch it back on? I guess so, but it's just sort of... It seems very annoying, doesn't it? But yeah, I could do that. That's alright, it's going a lot faster. But the thing is like, I always feel stupid kind of, like, because we do have rush hour and stuff like that on, so there are supposed to be nights, etc. Right, there we go. Right, okay, so now we can see what we're doing a little bit better with the roads. So I think there's basically like a little rise right here, look. So I think we can use this rise to come up on. Okay, there we go. So that's our kind of like national road look that's running up here. We probably just need to give it a little tweak as to what is happening. So I just want to see whether there's any kind of weird glitches. But actually, that's considering I did that in the complete dark, it's actually worked almost exactly how I wanted it to. So that's really good. God, those spinning wheels in the chat today are like unbelievably annoying. Like, they're just really distracting when you're trying to read the chat. I can't even imagine what some of the other streams, which are like, you know, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people on, have been like. Just must be absolutely unbearable. Right, and then I've just added in like normal road here on this last part. So that'll be good because now we'll have like the trash collection services will be able to easily get out to the city. That's actually like really good as well. I love this connection. Oh look, and then also we can connect the rail by going up through this bit right here. So this will actually work really great. And then we can even put the railway station like right here in town. So this is ideal. Okay, so this is going to work really good. Well, I suppose we've got water up here. We don't have power up here. We need to get power up here more than anything, I guess. And how are we going to do that? Well, if we think a little bit, what we actually need to do is we need to ensure there's power also for the mining and all that kind of stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a substation here. I'm going to put a substation like over here, and then what, like sort of here or something, or even maybe sort of by the road, look. So put a substation like here. And then what I'll do is I'll run pylons, because yes, you do use pylons in real life. We've got this right here as well. We've got like a little box across there. Actually, although we could run it from the wind farm, makes more sense, I suppose. Yeah, so let's just run this down here like that. And then we can just run these pylons across to the substation like that. And then from there to the actual town, we can just run, obviously, from the substation, you see, we can just run poles. So we'll just get poles across. There we go. Right, problem solved. So that's our power across. And then really, we can just start getting people in. But this is kind of a tricky one because I would like this area to really be shops, not residential. But I guess we've got to start with residential. So let's start with residential. There we go. Okay, and again, we haven't really sort of, actually I should be a bit careful here because we've not really finished building the town. That bit will be fine. But, Leighton, you said when you went full-time you're going to do other construction games like Planet Coaster. Is doing plans to do so. Yeah, I do actually. I would very much like to do Planet Coaster, but it's funny. The trouble with being full-time is, so obviously you're full-time, and that means you're doing it as a job. So I need to ensure that the stuff that I am doing means that it's earning me a living, you know. And basically some series like RimWorld, for example, like this game, actually sort of me doing this bit of time on it produces me a decent series on YouTube that actually does, it brings me some income through YouTube. Not much, but enough to validate it. If I was started doing something with Planet Coaster, it would have to do at least as good as this, either on the stream or on the channel, in order to actually make it valid for the time that I spend on it. Now, sometimes you can invest a bit of time and then you wait to see whether something does better, and then you think, okay, well, I need to give it a bit of time and it'll do better as I go along. But You know, that's why, for example, I just added a load of mods to RimWorld, and I was tempted to start off a series and see how well it does, but you know, it's fun to play. I'm tempted almost to do it more on the live stream and just see how that kind of goes. I don't know. Yeah, it's the hardest constraint, and it's frustrating as well because sometimes you think like, oh, I'm going to make this, it's going to work really good, and then you know it just doesn't pan out how you think, and that's just the way it goes. It is what it is. Right, so like I say, let's just get some lanes and stuff happening. I don't think we need to have lots of dirt tracks per se. Yeah. So we could probably have like the police services and things here. I'm also going to do more kind of like, so let's just do like this, something like that. So we'll do more of these kind of like little lanes which are a little awkward, a little less sort of standard, I guess. There we go. I don't know if we'll have like a lot of houses coming off of this. Again, we might have. I'm gonna sort of try and put the lanes in almost awkward places, because by doing this, it's going to actually keep a lot of the buildings and stuff on a sort of smaller scale. And I'm also going to try and put a lot of these little lanes and stuff in a kind of offset way, so not in like a grid fashion, but in a kind of more sort of off the road, just wherever. Yeah, well, it's always the way. Well, that's why, you know, that's why it's always really good when people support with the live stream. Because, for example, like if you guys sub on the stream, then obviously that it doesn't really matter what I play. If you're subbing to contribute to me playing the game, then that helps. It helps a lot. So it's always really, really appreciated when people, you know, contribute and support the stream in that way. And Patreon as well is like another great way. Again, with Patreon and with subbing, it's a way to kind of guarantee that that person is, you know, being supported. Whereas with YouTube, it can be very hit or miss. So it's like you might enjoy watching a series on YouTube, but if it only gets like 300 views, there's no way that that series, for me as a full-time producer, can actually be valid. So it's kind of, you know, it's all about just making it kind of valid and work and stuff. And to be quite honest, right now, I would say, so what are we at right now? We're at about, so subs on the stream at the moment, we're at about 255 subs, okay? And my current goal is 300 subs. Now, if we were to get to something in the range of like, okay, so yeah, we're about like, yeah, so about like 250 subs, right? If we could get to 500 subs, not a lot more, double what I'm on now, okay? If we could get to 500 subs, that would probably, at that point, guys, validate any other series I wanted to play on the stream. So it's not a lot to get. If we get to that point from people subbing and just supporting the stream, and you know, more people watching the stream, if we were at 255, if we double it and get to 500, then I would be more than happy to be playing like 2 other days in the week, just doing like either RimWorld or Planet Coaster, you know, other stuff like that. It would validate it completely. It's not all about YouTube. It's not all about YouTube at all. In fact, I would happily sort of just do that on the stream and not even upload it. I would literally just play it on the stream at that point, you know. So there's other ways around it. LT, the junction is broken. What? You're doing it to me again. Don't just say what does that mean? Break it down. What does that mean? Gold LT junction is broken. Where? At the top? At the bottom? Near the houses? Here? Off of the lane? Where? You can't just say junction is broken. What does that mean? Anyway, right, let's crack on with this. One day it's all going to be alright. Right, so let's get a bit of water up the top here as well. The middle junction. What, this? How is it broken? It's fine. Again, also, just saying it's broken, what does that mean? Like, tell me why. How is it broken? It looks fine. There surely is no issue. Let's just carry on. So, I'm just going to keep building. So let's have a look. So yeah, I want to have some other, we can do a road which comes out this way. And then I think, like I say, I'll deteriorate these into kind of almost dirt tracks, I think. So we can have another lane which comes off of here too. And then, like I say, yeah, I want these to be kind of like sort of shanty town. And I'll probably kind of make the ground, we'll get some decals on the ground as well. Get some other stuff like this happening, you know. Right, and then let's just have this coming like... Yeah, it doesn't. I don't want this to be at all kind of like conforming. So again, we could have like a dirt track like that, but it doesn't need to be like... They don't need to conform, like it can be just whatever. And then out here this way, like we'll continue this road on for a little bit, because I figure like... but what I might do is just make the road look sort of deteriorated and distressed as it goes along. We've got to get up to this area here for the mining and so on, so that's going to be a thing. What's this? Right, golden orange, what are you saying? I see it, middle one closest to the hill. Ah, there we go, thanks. Yeah, see guys, golden orange gave me good advice. Middle one closest to the hill. Specific, tells me where it is. You know, that's the thing that's really important to do. So anyway, look, don't get me wrong. I appreciate this sentiment. Like I've said before, it's actually one of a really good thing about like doing. It's a really good thing about doing. Come on, spit it out. Gaming on a stream, because you actually get like a big pool of people that want to help you, and that's actually like really, really great, because you know it's surprising. When you game without a stream, sometimes you just think to yourself like, oh, I really wish the stream was here because they just tell me what to do. And it's like, so you know, it swings and roundabouts. It goes both ways. But on the other hand, it's like there's nothing more frustrating than someone saying to you, "Hey, X thing is broken," and then that's literally all they say, and you're like, "What? You got to tell me." You got to tell me what it is, otherwise there's no point saying it in the first place. It's come on. It's all good. Right, we've still got ages to go on this. Right. So anyway, this is the layout's looking good. We've got some little buildings here. Look at the... okay, this has actually worked well as well, guys, because remember how I said I wanted to get shops in here? Well, hey, look, we've got big demand for shops right now. We obviously need to get some services in here. We'll do like that, look guys. So I'm going to put shops all along the main high street because, obviously, I'll leave a little bit of space between these people's houses. Not really fair for them to have shops dropped right on them. So I'm just going to do this, and hopefully that will all get occupied. Right, we have got a bit of a demand for industrial, and we will come back to that. We need to get some services in here. I'm just going to pause because it's getting dark. Actually, that's fine, we'll carry on. Right, we can probably make do, I expect, with just a... we haven't got a prison, but we only... When do you ever need a prison? There's, like, never enough people. Services don't like non-conforming roads. Yeah, exactly. No, you're right, they don't. But that's half the fun of making towns which are non-conforming. Again, remember, it's not about... I'm just going to reiterate, we said this at the beginning of the stream. It's not about making super, super efficient infrastructure. You know, that's not what... That's not why we play. That's not what it's for. We're just making some things that are fun. Okay, so it's not about like making a super super efficient town and city. That's not what we're doing. Okay, so I need to think though about where they're going to turn. So I'm going to put it actually there. So we also need to get fire. Ba, ba, ba. We could definitely do with a fire watch station, I expect. Let's get that on the go. What? There we go, thank you. Right, let's get another little local fire station. I'm going to put the local fire station sort of down the other end of town. Right, there we go. And everybody is happy. Medicalism, let's have a look. God damn it! Octoshed, thank you. Thank you for Banjo. I'll go get him in a minute. I'll get him in a minute. He's been out there. He'll hopefully have calmed down. I hate that bloody thing. Oh my god, that jump. You have no idea. It's so scary. It's so scary. Well, we need to get some residential down here, because otherwise these guys are not going to be... Goddamn Banjo. I don't know what's worse, him attacking my legs, or you guys like scaring the living daylights out of me with the actual thing. Right, so I'm going to try and be clever here and create like a patchwork of residential, which is going to allow me to get power through my city, through my town even. Right, so remember that like power spreads only as buildings are done, so if I can kind of create like a patchwork of buildings, it'll allow me to get power across to my fire down there. Yeah, I'll go get Banjo in a mo. Don't expect too much from him though, he's been very mischievous and not really helping me at the moment. I'm going to get the SimCity clinic in on this town, and where should we place this? I'm going to get the SimCity clinic right about here. There we go. So we get that in. Yes, you've got no power, but you'll have it shortly. It's okay. And then we probably do need some education. So things... I think you're associating the Banjo donation with his sneak attack from yesterday. God, you don't even know. Like I say, honestly, if you see my photo, like he just lacerated my legs. Is this one small part of a larger city? No, it's a small town which is near to a big city, which is down here. Frames, come back, frames. Yeah, overall we're looking pretty decent. Like the rest of everything, it's working great. And the town here is just starting to work. I'm just speeding time up and we're kind of nearly there actually. Right, so let's continue. Of course we've lost our industry demand though now. Yeah, of course, of course. So we can probably start filling in some of our other residential now. There we go. Morning has broken. And we're looking pretty good here. We're looking pretty tidy. The town is coming together, I think. God, that bloody thing. I think it's going to be like... Alright, it'll get too late otherwise. So I'll go get Banjo very briefly right now, okay? Very briefly. But he's here for like 2 minutes because this is midway through an episode. I would normally do this at the end, but it's okay. I'll get him right now. Just very quickly for 2 minutes. Yeah. You see, he thinks that it's time for food now. Say hello. Can you hear that? No, no. See, he's somewhat playful at the moment. You know. Here he is. Yep. All right. Sure. Say hello to stream. Hello. Hello. Don't pull on it, you idiot. Yeah, he's being. Yeah, when he's good, he's very good, and when he's bad, he's very bad. Yeah, he's alright. That cat is secretly plotting LT's demise so he can take over. Yeah, it's true. No! He's a bit, he thinks it's time for food, so he's very kind of like trying to get away from me. Yes. Yes. Right. I'm going to put him back before he literally goes out of control. So, right. Come on. Let's go. Oh, right, let's carry on. So I've had to actually like start locking our kitchen door in the daytime now because he's just like breaking through it basically. He's only 13 weeks old and he figured out how to basically get through. He figured out how to basically get through the door, which is ridiculous. Like he figured out how to open physically the door. He's only 13 weeks old. Yeah, he's mischievous. Murdercat.exe has initiated. Yeah, exactly. No, he's alright. He's alright. He's good. He's all good. Right, now we've missed the daytime because I was doing that. So let's carry on. Do this quickly. So, residential. We're just really, we're just going to get residential in here. And we'll get residential here and here and here. Not these very small bits, I don't think. But here and here and here. These are actually kind of spread out enough that it's okay. Actually not there. This is like the street going up. But we will get towns on here. I just, yeah, it'd be cool if they were a bit more sort of, not such upmarket buildings, isn't it? Get some garages and other bits and pieces up this way as well. Right, so the little town of Golden Orange is coming together. Is this the same city as like last time I was here, which was a couple of months ago with the crazy roundabout intersection? You mean this, which is now better than ever? Look at it. Look at the amazingness. Yes, it is still the same, but much has changed. Much more would have changed if we hadn't wasted an entire episode pissing about with something we didn't need to. That would have been better. Never mind. Right, so yeah, the little community here is coming together. Now, I don't need to initially... oh yeah, we're going to... Oh yeah, okay. We're going to put that railway station. Actually put that railway station here, I guess. Or even up this way, maybe. This would make sense. Right, let's get a rural railway station down, guys. So, we need a rural railway station, which is... right here. So I get rural railway station on. Like that. And I might just move it correctly a little bit. There we go. Okay, so that's our rural railway station. So now we just need to, and we also may do something with industry rail up here, because obviously we could sort of probably run this down. That would be quite cool actually, to kind of run the railway down and around and then sort of connect it somehow. So let's just, I want to pause so it doesn't get to night time. We can still do this. So, yeah, I want to try and run it sort of up through this bit, basically. Seems to make sense. Let's just see how we get on with this without doing really too much. So I'm just going to literally just go, okay, let's go up here. Yep, it's working. And then similarly, we need to go from over here and bring that in. Actually, let's just keep this going first so we can obviously figure out where we're headed. Well, actually, I think what we probably could do here is use the... I always forget, is it this one? Forces ground to follow the elevation of the... Yeah, it must be this. So if we bring this up basically to here, so that's height of... Now let me just... I always do this wrong. Yeah, see, that doesn't work. So I think I need to turn straight slope on. I always forget this. Always, always, always. You would think I would have learned by now, but no. Trying to get it on the right angle as well. There we go. That's what we're after. Right, so now... So now we just want to come around this way a little bit more. We just want to basically go over here. And then we just want to come to the railway, like that. That's it. Easy as that. Simple. Okay, might require a little bit of a tweak, but it's basically okay. Right, and then this also, we just want to connect like so. Just like that. Which doesn't work quite as I had imagined. Let's not do that. I think what we'll actually do is turn off those for this bit. Now it's doing bridge nonsense. It's because obviously because of this is connecting onto that. What we really want is to make it cut through there. Yeah, it's not too bad, it's just for this part, which is not the best. Let's just try deleting this out. And see how we get on. This might have been a bad move, by the way. Oh, there we go. That's better. Much better. Okay, so all I want to do is just see if I can't do something like that. Which doesn't look quite right, but... Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's actually pretty good, guys. So that's our connection, which is going to run us up here. Like I say, just need to make some other small tweaks here. Awesome. Okay, so that's our rail. So that's basically, you know, where we want it to be at right now. So now we can go ahead and we can finish what we meant to finish maybe 2 episodes ago now, which is this line. So let's just go to our lines really quickly. So that's train line 3, which is the one which goes out from Boomtown. There it is. Train line 1 is the one which goes from the town this way, and train line 2 is this one here, which I need to change to a different colour again. Right, train line 2. Again, we very much need like maybe only 50% trains, I reckon. Well, we'll see how we go. But right, so here we are. So we don't want to create a new line. We basically just want to continue it on, I guess. So we just want to go. No, well, maybe we do need to click on from there. No. Let's see whether that actually then... Is there a stop there already? I can't even tell. Right, here we are. Yeah, so I'm just making sure this is correct. Right, add a stop, and then we just want to obviously come back on the other side. Add a stop there, and then complete the line. Okay, sorted. Right, so that's that. Have it run day and night. Yep, that's fine. Case closed. See, that was easy in the end, wasn't it? Right, so that's running. So now we should actually have trains running from our stations here. Holy crap, look how many people. Not quite sure the Intercity 125 is appropriate, but nevertheless, we'll roll with that for now. I might try and do like a whole edit of actually making the railways sort of more appropriate. Also, we really should do the railway speeds because we haven't been doing that whatsoever. So let's have a look. So, what did I have on the other stations right now? 34. Alright, so it was like 30-ish. So let's have, yeah, we'll just have 30 coming in onto this station right here. So 30, and then we'll just have like 50. Yeah, we'll have 30, 40, and then we'll just go like, we'll go 60 on this other bit. 60, 60, 60, 60, 60. So we just don't want it going too fast here because it's going through like a sort of metro area. They don't need to be going full speed. And then coming up here, we'll just cut it down to 40 and then again to 30. So the whole station area here, look, is going to be 30 right across the way. We'll have again 40. And then, yeah, so we'll have, what did I say, sort of, oh, it is going underneath. What are we going, 60? Yeah, so we'll have 60 and then 60, 60, 60. 60, and then we'll have 40 and then 30 coming into the station. 30 there. Okay, so that's that. And then coming out of the station here, obviously, we'll just have it going like to 40. And then we'll have it going to like 60 to there, and then whatever. Right, now we just need to go up over here. And we'll just have, again, sorry, excuse my voice, 30. And then we'll have like, I think we can go a bit faster coming into here, so we'll have like 50, 50. And then we'll have 60. And then we'll go like whatever speed, but I think also just coming down this slope here, we'll slow it down a little bit coming down this slope here, so we'll just go 60 I think coming down this slope, just because it's kind of like on a inclining rise or whatever, also because it's approaching like the main track and so on and so on. There we go. Cool. So it'll be good to see the first train coming out all the way. I thought we only had a very specific type of... That was funny. We only had like 3 types of train running on this before, but now we seem to have literally any type of train running on this thing. So that's fine. We got there in the end with this, didn't we? We got there in the end, after all the pain. What's that? Oh God! What's happening? This could be something to do with that. Woo! Yeah! It's got this kind of like pimped railway going on there. Might need to fix that. That could have some small thing to do with all the complete BS we've had going on with this. I'm going to do that. Oh God's sake. Yes, clearly this is one of my experiments gone awry. That's okay. Well, that's what happens when you kind of really like bunch up stuff with Move It, because it basically compacts all that stuff so then it rides over it. Yeah, it's probably, well, it's because we did all that pissing about with the trains and the tracks and stuff like that, so that's why. Right, here's our intercity, guys. Hopefully, well, this will be a good test for us to sort of see. There we are, let's see it's smooth now. Now here's going to be an interesting thing. What's going to happen when it gets to the grid crossover? Because obviously the intercity wants to go a different way. Suspend your disbelief. That's the word you're looking for. Right, there goes the intercity. The words you're looking for are suspend your disbelief. It's fine. It's no problem. Hey, it worked. So, yeah, all the explosions in the stream chat. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It's fine. It's all good. See it coming up to our new community. This is very nice though. Very nice rail look, guys, coming up here. Let's see how many people are using the station. Not many people waiting. A couple of people waiting here. Not surprising because it's only the rural town. Got the Pizza Hut in already though. Oh no, look, there's a fair old few people, look. Fair few people there. We need to get sort of a pedestrian path or something, I guess, coming... Oh no, they all sort of went weirdly into the station and then came out that way. That was rather strange. How's the town doing? Well, it's not looking good, is it? 2 Pizza Huts. Not a great start. 2 Pizza Huts, a barbecue home and grill, and a Penny's. And what's this? Koi fish and law accounting. Not any law. You know what kind of accounting it is, guys? It's the law accounting. Law. I think what we saw was a new type of phasing trains that Luton has created. Yeah, exactly. Have you noticed if you alter the number of trains that the game wants to provide, it royally screws up the unbunching? I haven't noticed that, but it's interesting to take note of. I like the fact that my intercity turned into a different type of train. Still, I think it looks very good kind of coming down this incline. Look, there is a little bit of a dip in it right there. We could almost do with just tweaking that, couldn't we? Everybody's like, no, don't tweak it. Not going to do very much. I'm just do a tiny little bit of tweaking. There you go. That's all. All right, that's all. Right, everything is looking beautiful. Do you know what we haven't done for this entire gameplay session, guys? And you, again, I just want to highlight, you guys, the subs, have let me down very badly. We have not saved at all. So, fingers crossed. Yeah, fingers crossed it doesn't crash or anything. No, because think how many times we've had it where it like crashed out. Right, so in the interest of it not going completely screwed, I'm going to save over the save I had before, because maybe that will somehow give it more compatibility. Right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Yeah! Okay. Again, you guys let me down very badly there. Why did you not tell me to save after like 2 hours? 3 hours even. Oh, no. Yes. Yeah, all the thumbs up. Okay, we did it. We did it! Yes! Oh my god. This is what, yeah. I just checked my OBS because I was like, I'm probably not recording now I say all this, but no, it's fine, it's fine. LVA said, I won't say what I wish right there. Luton, save it again. Well, no, that save file is fine. We'll wait a little bit and then I'll save again. Right, let's look at the guys using the road here, look. Look, the police is chasing another police. Someone's stolen a police car, guys, look. It's like a either that or it's the Domino's pizza van, look. The Domino's pizza van is like, you know, they've stolen, the police are going after the Domino's pizza van, look. There is it, Domino's pizza. Domino's pizza van has stolen a load of pizzas. It's Fuse. Fuse is in that Domino's pizza van right there. They're after him. Bring those pizzas back. That's why there's two police cars, because they're after the pizzas. Anyway. Right, let's carry on building. So let's do some more residential things. So I think up here in the hills, again, we'll probably have like, I'm just going to do a variety of odd variations on the housing theme. So basically, yeah, nothing too kind of consistent. Just some houses up here. Right, now I said also before we need to get some education in on the town. We also need to get kind of... yeah, we need to get some education in, so let's do that. Now, on the other hand, we don't want anything that's like a little bit too much. This little elementary school looks about right. Doesn't look particularly good, does it? So that's kind of like that's the theme for this town up here. It's like it doesn't look that great. So sorry, Golden Orange. Oh, I tell a lie. Look, you've got it's the Karl Heisenberg Schule. So you've got a German school there, or whatever. I thought the cops would be chasing the donut car, not the pizza car. Well, this is true, but you know, who knows? I don't know. I think pizza's as good as any for the police to chase. Look, they're at it again. God, it's emergency services central out here. Seriously, got the car wash, guys. Got the car wash in town. car wash / drugstore, apparently. That's interesting, guys. Get your pick up your prescription while the car is getting washed. That's amazing convenience at your fingertips right there. Think I'm just out to get the car washed. Do you want any drugs while I'm there? See, everything you need all in one place. Clean car, drugs, sorted. Right, what else could we do with it in town? I don't know actually. Well, we should probably start thinking about our agriculture-y stuff. We should also expand Golden Orange Valley to actually include the town. Seeing as right now it doesn't. I'll tidy this up when I can actually see what I'm doing. We need to get power up here as well, obviously. So let's get some cables for that. Too steep. I'll give you too steep. Right. That store should be an impossible town. Yeah, exactly. It should be an impossible town. What the hell is this town going to end up like? Says Golden Orange. Wow, that's it, exactly. You wanted a town, I'm giving you a town. Oh dear. Let's see what other interesting buildings we could add. Why not add the Gherkin from London? Just put it in the middle. No. We could add a nice little church or something there. That seems about right. We need really some industrialist stuff. So I'll see whether there's any unique industrialist stuff. There's an inspection barn for the weighing station. We'll get that in later. The classic refinery with a strutted stack. Don't actually need that right now. The small metallurgy workshop. I like that. Like that a lot. We'll get that in. But where? It's just going to create like tons of tourism. Let's get that right here. For literally like no reason. Right, so that's the small metallurgy workshop, guys. Look, right there. It's for small metallurgy. I don't know what it's for. Is that like an old... Is that supposed to be like a blacksmith's or something? I don't know. Castle... Oh, we still haven't done the Overlook. Have we got time to do that? Maybe we've got time to do that. Just got a little bit off topic here. Come on, morning. Let's be morning. See, the nice train and road down through the valley here, guys, is still working like a treat. It's all going very well. Golden thought he was going to get like this beautiful country town. Actually, he's getting the dross. Yeah, it's like Scrub Town. I don't know. Right, so we're going to have the Overlook, remember? Oh, I know. So yeah, I said that the Overlook had to go like... yeah, that was why. So we didn't do the Overlook yet because we said that it had to go like up high. So what we're going to do is... We want just normal road, really. Actually, let's finish with this bit of road. So I'm going to draw like a line here. That's it. Right, and then I'm going to see what we can do with this. Because I don't know how well this is going to fit in here. Right, here we go. Right, as I thought that might be the case. Right, so let's see if we can fix this now. Right, yes, this is going to be a problem. So it's one of those annoying... This is the trouble sometimes with custom buildings, is that they don't really like to conform to the ground. But that's no worries. Now that I know this, I'll just get rid of that. And I will just level this area off a little bit. Let's take this sort of height right here. So basically, I'm just going to level this off so that it'll actually work in some kind of sensible way. Okay, right, and then the road will just be the road, so it's okay. Right, so let's get the road that we had before back on. So we shall just also make sure it's at the right level. So we'll just put our road like across here. and then we'll get our Overlook Hotel in. Bang. They look much better, and then we can put trees and other stuff like those things. And also that looks good with this style of road because it's more like that thing. But anyway, so let's do the road going downhill now. So turn that off for the minute. Actually, maybe no, we'll leave that on. Okay, right, so we'll start off with this kind of curving around here and then coming around here like that. And then we will transition it into the national road. Or maybe we should just go with a normal road because it's a bit slower, isn't it? Right, so we've got to do like the road. The reason I did it all the way up here is you have straight slope on still, Luton. I know, yeah, I know. So the reason we did this up here is because obviously the overlook is... maybe we should do it... Well, we don't really need to. I was just thinking that in The Shining, like you see obviously the road going up to the hotel. You see the road going up to the hotel go through like tunnels and stuff like this. Well, I suppose we could actually create that feature. Hold on, let's just do that. We'll create one little tunnel, guys, just for the sake of it. So look, let's just raise this up a little. So we're just creating a bit of cliffing right here, just for the sake of it. And then we should just gently smooth that off a little. Right, there we go. Right, so we'll just, probably could still be doing it a little bit higher. It's kind of tricky to see that actually. Right, we'll just go a bit higher with it. There we go. That's better. Right, so now we'll take our road and we shall just run it right through. Although, will it go right through if I am doing the straight slope thing? Nope, probably not. You can see the tunnel, but the trouble is these tunnels can be a bit of a weirdness, so... Always strange, like, look, see with the tunnel, the tunnels can get very weird. I'm just going to do that, and then we'll see where we are with it. Yeah, as I thought. But that's okay, because we can use move it to sort of make it a bit better. It's a bit too extreme, isn't it? I think it's because you almost want to go into it. Maybe a bridge as well. I don't know. That's dangerous thinking. Nah, this ain't gonna work. Well, it will, but just not like this. What we really need to do, I think, is do this, turn tunnel on at this point, and then go in. Like, so we need to do it in like almost 2 stages, I think. And I also need to try and make sure we're the right height, which we are not. Right. So we'll tunnel, and then we'll carry on. And then, there you go. Out we come. Done. Okay, so that's going to work a lot better. Okay, see, much better. Much better. The only thing we may have to do, like I said, is just tweak it a little bit so that it looks a bit more sensible. Not quite sure how that's going to affect the hillside. Not sure that's going to affect the road inside either, but hopefully that'll be alright. It's good enough. And then what I can do is add rocks and stuff around that to make it look a little better, you know, so. Okay, cool. So that's our little road going up there. Right, okay, so let's carry on. So we've got to get down to wherever it is, right here. Oh, it's still on. We're still below ground, that's why. Right, onward we go. Now I want to get this road a little bit more winding right here. And again, I'll go in and correct this a little bit shortly. Okay, so, and then we're just going to come down to about here. And then this is where it's going to deteriorate back into that muddy sort of track that we had going on here. Because I just figured like coming out of the town for some reason, that's how the road was. It was the road here was in bad order, you know. There we go. This needs moving a bit. Do you know what? It's a bad habit, you know. It's a bad habit to keep using... get rid of these decals as well. It's a bad habit to keep using move it when you don't need to. Okay, there we go. Right, why are those... Oh no, it's right. I thought there were trees like not being deleted there, but it's not. It's just it's just the shadows. Yeah, we should really try to use move it just to do like this, like just do like little tweaks and stuff, but not not wholesale. Like, oh, I'm just can't be bothered, so I'm going to move it around, you know. Right. Anyway, talking about small tweaks, let's go in and just do our small tweaks going up the road here. So there's a few little places like this. Look, where the road. Oh my god. Excuse me. The voice is getting very tickly. Yeah, there's a few places here, look, where this road gets a bit a bit janky. So we just need to tweak that up a little bit. But I mean, it wants to be curvy. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm just trying to make it so it's a little less glitched out. This is cool though. This is not bad for like 2 minutes work, I don't think. There's something going on with this as well, look. It's just not quite right. However, the rest of it, I think, is okay. Yep, see, there you go. No. Trying to stop the road from freaking out. Right, there we go. That's it. Okay, obviously, yes, it needs water. That's going to be the thing that's going to be a bit of a pain. It almost wants its own water source rather than having... I think actually that's what we should do, guys. We should actually give it its own water source, because it's kind of ridiculous to have to... we could either give it the university water tower, or there's... okay, so we've got like a farm windmill, or this here, look, there's a wooden... you know, sort of like water container. Makes a lot more sense, doesn't it, than just running pipes all the way up here. Also, I think it should be like... oh wait, what? It has to be connected to a pipe? What? Oh no, that just means because we can just connect it to this building right here. So we can just do like that. Also, wait, is that going to actually work? Is that going to work? Is that what this thing does? Let's see. Maybe I'm wrong. I am wrong. So what the hell is the point of that? What's the point of you? What's the point of you being a thing? Well, I still like the look of it, so I'm going to leave it. Power, though. What can we do for power? Well, what we could do is windmill up here. Obviously, it would have its own generator in the book and all the rest of it, blah, blah, blah. But what else can we put that's small that would generate some power? What about the substation thing? It's got a power output of 5 megawatts. Maybe that would do it. Let's try. Because we only need to provide enough power for this one building. Ah, it worked. Oh, I see. No, it is providing water. I was wrong. I was wrong, guys. It is providing water. It's just not doing any sewage treatment. So we obviously need to do sewage treatment, which does bring a more problematic question for us, which is what do we do about that? I suppose we could just have a water drainage pipe down the valley here or something that just comes out. Seems a little bit over the top though, doesn't it? See, it's like see, that's where it gets annoying. I don't think there's any, because I mean, what else are you going to have? You're not going to have like a bloody you're not going to have a clarifier, that's the word I was looking for. You're not going to have a clarifier up here, are you? That wouldn't make any sense. You're not going to have something like a water treatment plant up here. Doesn't make any sense. There's not really many solutions for us other than the water drain pipe. I mean, there is a river up here that we could pollute. We could pollute the river up here. That'd be great, wouldn't it? Or we just run it into town. But then if we're going to do that, well, we may as well have done that with the water thing in the first place. So there are canals. I'm not putting a canal up here, am I? Come on. Let's just run a pipe. I can't be bothered for anything else. I'm still keeping the water tower though because I like the look of it. Right, everything is functional. And we got power source. We got a power source for our building, so that's good. That's all good. Makes sense. Cool, so people should be able to come and visit freely right now. So we can obviously create like a hedge maze up here. There's a bit of space for that. We can do that. There's all sorts of stuff we can do. We'll come back to that. But yeah, that's a good location for it, guys. Look, overlooks the entire valley. What's this over here? People complaining. What are you complaining about? Low land value. Alright, alright. We'll do something about that. Let's actually have a look at the low land value. What? It's like, it's fine. What are they talking about, low land value? They're absolutely fine. It's really good. Christ, you don't see the people from Timberjay Ridge complaining. Look at them. They got fuck all. Like, look at it. It's like they're in the outside. They're in the low. They're like way out of it. Bloody Touston Heights over here. They're like, oh, yeah, we're right next to a university and an elementary school and all the awesome stuff in the city, and we're complaining our houses are not expensive enough. What a load of BS. Absolute nonsense. Well, they can suck it as far as I'm concerned. Ungrateful bastards. I don't care if they move out. They should just move out. We don't want them there. We don't want them. Yeah, they're obviously plebs. Exactly. Stream is correct. Right, let's have a little assessment of our... well, it's pleasing to see, guys, that our... pleasing to see that our gardens have replenished after the horrific fires that beset the arts centres. That was pretty bad. So the gardens have recovered. Just thought we should do a review of the traffic situation, having brought in all the new trains and stuff. There seems to be plenty of people using our railway lines, which is really good news. You can see, look, they're fully sort of stacked. Lots of trains coming in and out here, which is really good. Look at this. It's such a great thing to be able to adjust the speed on the trains as well. That was something we learned back on the last playthrough, because, you know, it was really, really frustrating when we were not able to do that. Curious how some of those trains seem to be going like straight through the platforms though, like in terms of they were not stopping. Although the traffic seems to be flowing pretty well though. I'm not seeing... Look, see this one right here. I didn't see any of these trains stopping here. Maybe I didn't add a... I was sure that I added a stop in though. Let's wait and see what this one does. Ah, there we go. So there must be something going on with maybe like... I don't know what's the deal with that. You could see some of them were stopping and some not. Maybe they just had nobody needed to get off there. I don't know. See, look, this one just stopped as well. So that's kind of curious. Not quite sure what the deal is there. A lot of trains though. We've got a very, very good train service happening. You know, literally. And you think like the good thing is that just as one train goes, there's still other people waiting to go on to like another line or whatever. So it's really good. Maybe it's because some of the trains are from outside the area and they're not actually on the line. Maybe it's something to do with that. Very large amount of trains though. Really loads. Like I say, we might almost want to consider putting in like an extra line, you know, add like 4 lines in or something, or one between these 2 areas anyway, because there's so many trains like actually on the line. Because we've got industry. Remember, we've got industry rail as well, guys. Can we actually tell? See, that's the thing. We can't say specifically, can we? To rail, we can. See, that's the thing. Vehicle restrictions. You can't do vehicle restrictions, I don't think. Oh wait, hold on. We can. Ooh, exciting. But what's the difference? How do we know what the difference is? They both look the same. That doesn't help. So I'm assuming one of these is industry and one is passenger. But which is which? Which is which? Because what I was going to say was we can create a totally separate line for the industry along this section of track, so that it just serves the industry stuff, so that we don't kind of mix the two. But Timothy on the stream says, Luton, as Mayor of Timothy Ridge, I wish to discuss these low land values, these residents below average. This needs to be resolved. And then he's got my triggered emote. You've got a really nice town. Timothy Ridge is really good. Look at it. These are humble people. They're happy. They don't need a lot. Okay, that's the whole thing with Timothy Ridge. Look at them. They're here playing baseball. They're having a whale of a time. They don't need all the kind of all mod cons of the city. They've come. They live here. This is what they want. This is what they are living up here for. They don't want all that city BS. They come up here for the quiet life. You know, they're just staying up here, just having a nice time. They don't need all that nonsense going on down there. That's the deal. Exactly. The passenger train icon has windows. Okay, let's have a look. Let's be having a look at that. We're not going to do this now. We'll do it later. It does have windows. 10 points to Nerindil. He wins that one. Thank you very much, Nerindil. Right, we'll come back to that on the next one. Right, that's the end of the episode, guys. I'll see you next time on Skylines. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you then.